everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Nicole and I'm a part-time reseller on Poshmark, and today I'm here with some Posh shows updates. These are different features that they have updated or, since released in the app in the last couple of months. And a lot of these have been around, but they've updated them to make them better, and I'm actually really excited because now that I've been going live more myself, I've really been incorporating some of these features, so I'm going to go through a bunch of them. They actually put this out in a note in the Poshmark app, kind of letting us know, but I'm going to make a whole video, and maybe I'll make two depending on how long this is because there are a lot of updates. But yeah, hopefully this is exciting to you if you go live, and if you don't already go live and you want to try and go live, these are definitely features that you should know about before doing so. Okay, so the first one that's a really big one, and it's really exciting for people that host shows and do giveaways. The giveaways are now going to be pinned at the top of your show. So no longer is it at the bottom of the screen and no longer is it in the way. It will be pinned, and then you can kind of minimize it if you don't want to see it, like if you've already entered. And the other great thing is you can actually run items while the giveaway is happening. So that is really exciting because I feel like especially for those giveaways that are like 10 minutes long, you kind of like lose people's interest. But if you're continually running pieces while the giveaway is running, it kind of almost entices people to stay because they see what you're actually running versus what you say you're going to run. And so you can also sell while the giveaway is going. So this is a great feature that they've updated, and I'm actually really excited to test this out myself. I haven't done a lot of giveaways recently, but if I do one, I will definitely use this feature because I'm excited for it. And something I probably should have mentioned before, if you don't have a lot of these updates yet or they're not completely up to date, just keep your app refreshed and you'll get them over time. Some of them are being slowly released to people, so you might not get them right away, but definitely keep your app updated and you will get them in time. Okay, the next one that was released a few weeks back is the swipe to bid. So this is like to get rid of the whole, clicking and then it bids automatically. You have to swipe across the whole bottom for it to actually go through. And so that is, I think, a great feature. I still see a lot of people that are saying that they are making accidental purchases even with the swipe of the bid, but I think it's definitely better and you're going to get a lot less accidental bids with the swiping versus just the tapping. So I'm excited for this feature, and I found that like people do actually buy a little slower, so I find that doing the 30 seconds is actually really helpful for people because it gives them time to swipe and then for their Apple Pay to go through. But I really do like this feature, and I think it's definitely going to help us have a lot of less accidental purchases because those accidental purchases were way out of control before, and I feel like every show I would do, I would get somebody that would accidentally purchase and I just wouldn't know what to do anymore. I was getting so frustrated. So this is definitely a great feature for a lot of sellers that go live. Okay, the next one is probably a little old if you have been doing shows for a while, but you can now add 100 items into your listing tray. It used to only be 50, and like now looking back, I can't even believe we used to make do with 50 because that seems like such a small number. But you can now add 100 or up to 100 in your tray at once, and this gives you a good buffer, especially if you're doing listed inventory. You can really add a lot of different sizes and categories and things like that. And I guess if you're doing unlisted, you don't really need all of those spots, but it's definitely great to be able to have a tray that big. And especially if you're doing share shows, I know a lot of people that do these share shows and they add like 2 pieces from every person that shares with them, and they like go live for several hours. So this is a great feature update if you do those share shows or if you are alive for a long period of time. You could also take out items the entire time that you're alive, and you could also, if you sold something, you can remove it from the tray to clear up room, but definitely 100 is better than 50. Okay, the next feature that's really great, especially for those who don't have multiple devices, and I know a lot of people out there don't, you can now add listings from that primary device. You no longer really need that second device. I still like having it because I like being able to see like my likes. I like being able to, really check on my closet and just kind of add pieces in on the side of the show, but you can now do it if you only have one device. The only reason you would really need a second device is if you were going to do the quick list. You would need that second device to do the quick list, but I think a lot of people, they just want that second device to be able to add those other pieces in, or add other like shared listings or things like that, or add pieces from your closet. Now you can do that if you only have one, and so that is a game changer for so many people. So I really think this feature is going to help so many people, and I think a lot of people are going to be excited about this. The next one is the Posh Shows Summary Report. So this one has been out for a couple months now, but it's really helpful to see your data from your show. So it shows you how many viewers you had, the total time you were live, any sales you made, whether that's how many listings you sold, how many people purchased, and also the earnings that you made from it. It also tells you your like peak viewers and your total viewers. So it really helps you kind of understand your data on your shows, and kind of helps you determine like, was this a good show, or like, was this worth my time, things like that. So I really love looking at this, and it's always so intriguing to see how many people have like come in a live show, especially when you are live on the camera. You tend to have more people. I think for one of my first shows I had like 500 people, which I know is probably not that much for a lot of people, but for me that was exciting because I'm used to getting like 5 to 10 people on a silent. So 500 people is like really cool to see. But yeah, these summary reports are really fun and really can show you your data at a deeper level. Okay, so this next one, I actually feel like I didn't understand how it actually worked at first, but it's really cool, and I may start incorporating it into my shows. So it's basically a way to give exclusive show pricing to your buyers. So say you don't want to do an auction and you just want to do like a buy now during the show, but offer it cheaper than what you are selling it in your closet. And actually multiple people can buy it if you have multiple of that item. So if you have an item that you have, 5 to 10 pieces of, or anything like that, you can really run this as like a buy now, and any person that clicks that buy now button will then purchase it during the show. So it's not just one person, and it's not like limited, and no one's like beating out the other person because you're all getting the same price. But it's really exciting that this is an option, and I think this is great if you want to motivate people to come into your shows because you're giving them a cheaper price than you would in your closet. So definitely start using this buy now feature if you haven't already. But if you're going to use the multiple, you need to make sure that you actually have multiple pieces, because otherwise people are not going to want to bid with those prices. Okay, the next feature that I love and I actually take part in all the time is share shows or joining live on the screen. So basically how this works is you can add their handle and then click on their profile and click add to show or join to show, and then you wait for them to approve. And if they want to hop on with you, they will approve, and then they will be like a little small icon in the top left-hand corner of the screen. And this is really nice, and I made a whole video talking about how I did my first show, and it was a share show with one of my friends, and it was really successful because we would kind of go back and forth. So a share show is really great if you're, one, not comfortable being on camera by yourself, and two, if you kind of want someone to kind of bounce ideas back and forth with people, or if you want to kind of just, have a break, because a lot of people get really tired. People get thirsty, people get hungry, like all these different things if you're going live for a long period of time. So a share show is actually really beneficial, and I love it because I feel like I'm not just talking to a wall or a screen, I'm like talking to like a friend, and we're like hanging out and we're having a good time. So I think a share show is a great option, especially if you're not comfortable on the camera, or especially if you're just starting out and you don't know what you're doing. Somebody else could really help you and get you started. So I really do think share shows are great, and I think it's a great way to, build your Poshmark community and really just have a good time with it. Okay, so I'm actually going to stop the video here just because this video is getting a little bit long, but I do have some more features that I will talk about in another video, so stay tuned for that video. I think that one also has some great tips as well, but for now we'll stop it here because I feel like I'm rambling. If you want to see another video on reasons why your listings aren't selling and what you can do to fix them to make them sell faster, you can click right here. And if you want to see another video on something that you should not fall for on Poshmark and something that you should not do that is really damaging and could be bad, click right here. But until next time, I will see you then.